if you want fast money, I would advise you go for cucumber, because like you had seen earlier, from day one to, okay, let's say start from the day you plant, you transplant. In the next 40 days, actually I realized that there is a time I planted, and within the first 35 days, I was in the market. I took the first lot. So it will depend with how well you are going to take care of it. So you can imagine within 35 to 45 days, you are in the market. And like other crops whereby you need to plant them, you wait for a very long time before you go to the market. So for this one, 45 days, you're in the market. And another thing I would advise farmers, before you plant anything, before you venture into anything, you don't do anything because you've seen someone else doing it. You need to have those tips, the basic information about that, whatever you are going to plant. You also need to know where you're going to take it. You just don't plant, because some of us, you plant first, and then after you harvest, now you go look for market, which is very wrong. So you're supposed to, in agribusiness, you're supposed to go look for the market first, and then you come now and plant. So whenever you are planting, whenever all through that period, you are sure that my plant, at the end of the day, I'm going to take it to so-and-so, and they will take it at this price. So you are sure. That is agribusiness. So whenever you want to plant cucumber, you need to do soil preparation. You need to know the type of soil you are dealing with, what you need to add and what you need to reduce. So you need to take your soil to be tested. So that's the first step. You get your soil tested and know what is in excess and what is in deficiency. So for us, we took ours and it was tested, and we were advised to use manure, which is goat manure, which is very good. And I would advise goat manure because, as we all know, that goat manure is in some balls, and before that whole ball decomposes, the plant will have gone. Okay, it stays for a longer time in the soil, unlike other types of manure. So that's why we prefer goat manure. So we get it from our neighboring farms, although it's not that near, but it's worth it. So after that, now the manure will have some nutrients. It improves the texture of the soil, and it also has some nutrients that the plant will need. So by that, we reduce adding so many artificial fertilizers. And then from there, now you can keep on adding fertilizers depending on the stage of the plant. So you find that at an early stage, you use certain fertilizer. When they start flowering, you also use another type of fertilizer sparingly. You also do foliars. When they are young, as they grow, you keep on moving foliars from this foliar to another because of the stage that you are handling. Because when it's at a young stage, it needs a different type of foliar. When it gets to flowering and fruiting, so you also need another type of foliar, which is high in K. K means potassium. So the foliar that you're going to use, even the fertilizer that you're going to use, it should have potassium in it. So another thing about cucumber, you need to feed, like for the variety we are having, Midas, it's a very heavy feeder. So you need to have your soil well enriched with the nutrients, because if it senses some deficiency, you will experience something called abortion. Abortion is whereby a fruit dries up before it matures. So, and if you have 2-3 fruits drying up in a stem, then you are sure you won't get that required, or you won't reach that maximum yield. So you avoid that by making sure that the soil is well enriched. You also make sure that for a cucumber plant, it gives so many suckers as it grows. Actually, at every internode, you get a sucker. So at every internode, you get a fruit, that is a flower, and a sucker. Every internode, a fruit and a sucker. So if those suckers are so many, you'll find that they'll strain the main stem. So what was advised to do, you prune them. Maybe you can retain 1 or 2, the one that seems to be stronger, or you can even remove all of them. So when the suckers are so many, the plant gets starved. You also encounter abortion. And again, when the water is not sufficient, you also encounter abortion, and finally the plant will dry off. So you just take good care of it. Even when the fruits now are fully grown, before you take them to the market, you need to ensure that that texture or that quality of that fruit is very good, which is marketable, because at the end of the day, you are looking for that shilling. So you need to take something that is very appealing even to the eyes. So by that, good watering. You also include something to do with calcium. Calcium will enrich the fruits. The fruits becomes thick. Okay, maybe they can add weight, and they become very shiny, very appealing. So calcium is very necessary in cucumber. So you make sure the foliars that you are using, they include calcium. Also, when it comes to abortion, you can apply a foliar that contains boron. Boron reduces abortion. So in as much as you're going to tackle the problem that is bringing abortion, also use boron. Foliars or fertilizers that are rich in boron. So far, now I think with that one, if you take good care of it, you are sure that you'll get something out of it.